Stalkers down there. He actually even had the Warpins available. He could have picked off those Hellions. That would have been a really nice threat ended down there. But did we see? I think the medevac got picked off again. And I do believe I missed that as well because I was looking at the Hellions doing all that stuff. So most likely the Stalkers did pick off that medevac down there. Sorry I missed that, but we do have the natural out for Sound as his barracks is going to continue to replenishing the bunker with some more units. And with his Banshees now out, this is a really weird build from Sound. He's going drops, Banshees, and all stuff, but the Banshee gets seen and he's going to start attacking. There's no cloak, so this is actually a really big deal that the Banshee is taking these 5 shots. All he needs another 9 shots. It's going to go down from Stalker Fire. 8 shots, 6 shots now left, 5 shots now left. This could get picked off or can do much of anything. These Stalkers are possibly going to pick it off as they're streaming forward. You see 1 shot off. We only need, we're going to see Warpins possibly. We've got, 2 Stalkers now warped in, and they only need to, they can 2-shot this Banshee really efficiently. But here you have the Observer going ready for scouting, and there is a Banshee. Needs only 2 more shots now to die. My god. It's so close to being just plain old dead. It is tying up 2 Stalkers though, and there's even an Observer that was forced to be built because of the Banshee. No more seems to be being made, but a Raven would be a nice touch from Sound right now to complement the fact that he's basically going mech. He's basically going meching Siege Tank out and Hellions. So we're having Sound meching against a Protoss player. There's the 3rd base from First. He's doing a good job of running around with the Stalkers. This Banshee's just sitting tight. So looking around the front, we've got a couple of Sentries and a Moral coming out. That'll be really good against those tanks that will be coming into play. And the gateway count's also increasing slightly, along with the Forge. But this Banshee is still just sitting around. It doesn't feel comfortable moving in, because if it does, it's basically guaranteed to die. Alright, so I don't understand why we don't have a Raven, though, out from Sound. I think he may just be using the gas for upgrades and tanks at the moment. He already has his siege mode done, so he can easily get these guys ready for more and more. But the 3rd is out for First, almost done there. There we have all these gateways completed. The 1-1's now started for him. There's no robotics bay yet. There's no robotics bay and there's no Twilight Council. So we're not going to see Charge, Blink, or Colossi out anytime soon. And also, we're not going to see the +2 upgrades out for anytime soon, because odds are the Twilight Council will be done right when these upgrades are halfway done, as that is a time to get constant production of those upgrades as you're pushing everything forward. These armies haven't started getting any more upgrades yet, but there we go, now they're starting. eBay is also down, so upgrades will be going all the way around, or those could just be for getting turrets out. In the case of Palo DTs, as DTs can be really annoying to deal with when you're going mech if you're not being too careful about them. But this 1-1 is on its way. Twilight Council has already been down, and we have a 4th base out for First. Really quick 4th base should be allowing for him to get a nice economy. The thing is, Sound can always go ahead and be aggressive with these Hellions and go for harassment with them. Try and go ahead and run around to these other bases and be really pesky with them. But it's good to see a Raven was actually built. That'll help a lot in terms of dealing with any kinds of observers or DTs and all that kind of shenanigans. We actually have another factor going down. So we're up to 5 factors. We truly do have Sound meching against First. His food is fairly up there, actually. And we're going to see that those Stalkers just took a little hit from those siege tanks, but look at the scouting. First should realize that mech has come into play. I'm expecting Archons, I'm expecting Immortals, Colossi, all the good stuff. Blink Stalkers are coming in, and Zealots with Charge are actually not that good against mech because of the threat of Blue Flame Hellions. They do so much damage versus light units that Zealots will just get ripped apart, absolutely destroyed. But I'm really looking at the fact that we're seeing mech out of Sound. I'm wondering what your guys' voting is saying for who is going to be winning. Wow, Sound 100%, really, guys? Come on, guys. zanderfever.tv/vote. We have a meching Terran, and I highly doubt everybody's got that much faith in a meching Terran against Protoss. So go to zanderfever.tv/vote, and let's get those numbers to be a little more accurate, because there's no way everybody knows what the Sound's going to be winning. Because we're having all of these sentries pushing forward. We've got the Stalkers kind of getting to play good little engagement, but the Hellions are getting completely actually shut down. You're not going to do any bits of damage at all. They'll be able to kill off that one probe. There we go. There we have a little bit of a harassment. Finally getting down before the drops and all that. But there's the Warpins acting as force fields, and here we have more harassment going to be happening. There's a nice, actually, oh, the spread of those probes is non-existent. These, oh, the Hellions take a couple shots off. But still, good harassment there is actually now finally going down. So 71 probes are still out. So that's really, really not an issue at all. But let's see if you guys continued your voting. All right, well, that's a little better to see that someone's voting for first here. So let's get some more voting, guys, because I do want to see some more stuff. Look at this. We got cannons going down. Really smart defensive move, as Hellion run-bys are a great way for Terran to come back when they're meching against the Protoss. It's risky to pull off when you mech, but what you can do is kind of keep Protoss back. And to be honest, you use Hellions just for that. You get your siege tanks, your Thors, and all that later on, but your whole point of the start is to either delay with Hellions or you turtle hardcore. Get tons of tanks, tons of tanks. But as of right now, we're seeing Sound doesn't have too many tanks. That's going to be a little unfortunate because he's got a lot of Stalkers, Immortals, and he's basically pure Hellion production right now. He had, what, 8 Hellions producing before, and that's insanity. Alright, so here we have forces going down, blocking off a couple of those leads, and oh wow, every single Hellion just got taken out. That was out of the front of the field, but the macro Sound is incredibly impressive at 144 food now, but he's basically sacrificing all these Hellions and slowly getting up his tank count that the Hellions would then be acting as support for. We have another factory being made. Wow, the 2-2 has also started researching for him, and if we take a look at the upgrades for LG-IM.First, he's at his 2-2, he's getting his 3-3 as well. Charge is almost complete. Do we have Archons, Templar, or anything? Looks like we actually have 3 Robo coming down as a robust robotics base. So we're going to have a huge amount of Colossi coming out in the field as well. When you can mix Colossi against Immortals and against Mech, that is a lot of damage output that you have. Plus the Colossi help a lot against the bio portion of the bio Mech, but to be honest, they're just going to rip apart all of those Stalkers and everything that are, all the Hellions that are at the front. Now we're having a really important engagement now. This command center is not a planetary force that helps so much in terms of defense, but planetary fortress is going to not even be needed because the point defense drone is down. That's going to allow Sound a really nice avenue to defend, because Stalkers with the point defense drone down become completely irrelevant. It's kind of cool to see that mech is happening. I'm so curious. If it's going to actually continue paying off, though. I'm kind of, yeah. Do you think, okay, what I'm debating right now is if Templar and ST.Sound would be a good idea to add on right now. Because obviously Colossi and Templar are really good against Bio, but the mix is heavy in DPS, and maybe the Mortals and Stalkers end up tanking, allowing the Templar to get close enough. Because we have the Templar here, but I do not think they have any kind of ST.Storm research. I think it was just the Templar themselves getting morphed into the Archons. Excuse me, I was just burped. More cannons. Where is the Templar Archives? I don't even know. But here we have the engagement happening down here, blinking back along. A lot of the Stalkers and I think they stay alive. Immortals now engaging. Archons are going to tank so much damage from the siege tanks and everything. We're seeing them pushing forward, blinking forward, and it looks like Sound's going to take heavy losses. These Immortals are staying alive, doing so much damage, and to have all of these Immortals just doing crazy anti-armor DPS is going to really push back Sound. He may be forced to actually abandon this base. I don't see where he's got enough to actually defend against it. We have the War Prism harass going to accomplish nothing. One Zealot is going to get warped, and it's going to be a tough move now. That's going to be absolute silch show. Absolute silch show, but this is going to be really important for First. He does not want to let Sound be able to turtle onto a lot of bases. The income for First is looking to be incredibly powerful. He's got almost 2,600 income for the minerals and almost 1,000 for the gas, and 86 probes is a whole lot. He's banking on being able to reproduce his army a lot faster, so he's going to go heavier on the probes and less so on everything else. Oh, there's a Templar Archives actually in the main base the whole time. Wow, I'm blind. But there is indeed no ST.Storm. I wonder if he's going to get Dark Templar too. Right now we have him sitting at 3-3 upgrades, which is such a good timing. He's also getting his +1 shields, while Sound has got his 2-2 finish and his 3-3 started. The PF has completed. He's got a single kill, which is nothing to brag about, but you know what? First is doing a great job of delaying this base. And with this going now, we actually have another War Prism coming in. That's going to be able to get in a couple Stalkers in the back. That's going to be nice because it can also help deal with the Vikings as well. But there's a tank, a couple of Hellions in the back, but there we see some death happening down there. There's a big engagement also down here during the harassment. and the Zealots are actually managing to stay alive. The Hellions get cleaned up pretty quickly. Now these Zealots are going to be super effective against any kind of tank player or anything. This Oak Command's going to just go ahead and die. You have these Stalkers continue to deal more and more damage, but they do blink back and they're going to stay alive for a short second longer. Not going to take down that tank for very long, but here we have a lot of harassment done by both players, but not much this could be done. You have the Thor actually doing a lot of damage against those Zealots. The Zealots Thor actually doing pretty damage against the Thor, but there comes the Immortal, and that's going to be one more shot. There we go. It falls down. 16 kill Immortal, and GG gets called by Sound. Game 1 will be going to LG-IM.First. And apparently, what happened to my camera? No, Skype, why are you failing me? Skype, I'm on a Skype call with myself, guys. Where did you go, camera? Come back. Can't start video? What are you doing? I want you people to see my unattractive face. Can video start now? Go, video. Video. Videos got coming back? I don't know. Whatever. If it is or not, it doesn't matter. But guys, we are going to be getting into the next game. Oh, sweet, it's back. But what is going on? My XSplit background is now dead again in this thing. But that was an awesome game. It was mech play that ended up not going quite well against the Protoss, but still, as far as games go, they're entertaining. That definitely passed that criteria, as you don't really ever see mech. It's so rare, but it's a lot of fun to see. And Sound actually looked like he may have been able to do a little bit of stuff with this. And what is going on my computer? Hopefully the stream is still good. This is seeming to be a little weird at the moment. Yeah, I'm not dropping any frames. Connections and everything seem to be good. My computer's not hot, it's cooling. But I guess let's skip this part and go to the next game.